Hello, this is Lisa Russick with the podcast We Are All Psychic. And yeah, I still think we're all psychic. Today is September. You guys know I'm not good at this, but yes, I still think we're all psychic. Let's just skip what day it is. It's sometime in September, and we have not had our full eclipse or lunar or solar eclipse yet. We're between our eclipses sometime in September. I think it is, honestly, gosh, digging for this information. It's the 14th of September. It's important to know what number it is because this is a podcast about angel numbers. And I looked back through our old podcasts and we've never done just an angel number podcast that I could find. So I thought, gosh, that's really strange because everybody starts, not everybody, everybody does everything. But I do tend to exaggerate like that. Everybody does a thing. That's not true. Nobody does anything the same, I don't think. But it does seem to be something that a lot of people have in common is that when they first start noticing things, may be a little more than they thought or different than they thought. And there may be energy working among us. They notice angel numbers first. They notice repeating numbers usually. And most people call the repeating numbers angel numbers. So I'm going to tell you basically what I know about angel numbers and how you can kind of work with numbers in angel numbers and with numerology, just knowing the basic numbers and how they relate to the angels. In other words, you take out all the negative, leave in all the positive. You know, even in angel numbers, you can have a warning in some of the numbers if you look at it away. But they don't usually warn you without telling you you can handle it. You know, there is a website, as you've probably heard me talk about this website a million times. It is Joanna Scribes, Sacred Scribes, The Royal Road blog. It's on Blogspot, and she has an entire section on just click on that angel number that you're looking for. You've got it, pretty much. I mean, she goes way on up into like 10,000, I think. I don't know, but some of them aren't all filled in yet. But she's been filling them in through the years. This mysterious person that I admire so. If you ever see this, thank you for your blog. I love your blog. I love your blog. It educated me a lot, and it gives me a lot of hope. And it always gives me more information whenever I'm digging for something. I can go there and find something else, like the angel number. So the one that most people see when they're first noticing, there's two really. They notice 444 and 111 most of the time. 111, 111, or 11. 11s and triple ones is especially. The triple ones is the meaning of that is probably the scariest. It means keep your thoughts positive because everything you're thinking right now is manifesting into the physical world with the help of the angels' blessings. So that's why it's an angel number, and it's considered your number one. Angels are number one. You know, you all go in there and you take care of number one, and that's what you do when you ask the angels for help. You're taking care of number one and what you care about. And so if you see 111, a lot of ones, the angels are asking you to keep your thoughts positive because you are a master manifester right now. Basically saying that this is a time in your life where whatever you're thinking about and how you're perceiving the world, this is what you are bringing into your life in all kinds of ways, in reality. People might not call it the same thing, but you're bringing it in. Whatever your perception is, you're bringing that into your life. So try to keep it positive. Keep it positive and definite because you got that power right now. So if you see the twos, now a lot of people might see twos, and that's a lot of times I've seen that related to people in my field anyways. It does add up to 6, so it's a number of love. But I've associated that one a lot with ancestors for some reason. When you add it up, it's 2 plus 2 plus 2 in numerology, and that's 6. And that's what you do. You boil it down to one number usually. And but the twos, usually if you see a bunch of twos, they're saying be cooperative, cooperate with people, listen to other people very closely, and take advice. And there may be love on the way. There may be love on the way if there are 3 twos. Or maybe it's an ancestor, a father figure, a mother figure, a grandfather, a brother, a sister, a cousin. Somebody's just sending you some love sometimes when you see some twos. You may see that a lot when someone passes away, for example, a lot of twos. especially 3 twos. And then we have the 3s, and 3 is my favorite. I love 3. 3 is the number of inspiration. In angel numbers, when you see 3 and 333, however, it is the number of the ascended masters. Now, you've heard us, if you listen to the podcast, you've heard me talk about ascended masters. Haven't delved too deep because I haven't found anyone to delve really deeper that I know how to go, and I don't know how deep to go. The ascended masters are like, Jesus is considered an ascended master. I said it in one of my podcasts, Sandana, I think. It's Sananda? I don't get the name right. I don't never get the name right of anything much. But there is a lot of ascended masters. There are a lot of ascended masters that people consider ascended masters who are prophets or were very big influencers in their cultures as far as their spiritual beliefs and their spiritual paths in their countries and their families and their culture and their hierarchy sometimes. So 3 is the ascended masters, and they're like really the ones who if you believe in enlightenment, they did it. They got there, and they wanted to come back and help us, and that's what they do. So that's when you see 3s. A lot of times it's saying the ascended masters are around, and they're asking you, what do you want? So if you see like 2 3s together, that could add up to 6, so that might be a love message, 2 3s. And that can be like, just love them. Just love them. Don't worry about it. Be inspiring. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just have fun with the love. Be inspiring. Be creative. And love creatively. That can be a message from the angels if you're wondering about your love life and you keep seeing the number the number 3 3, for example. So I'm showing you how you can use them. And then we can get to 4. Now 4 is the angel number. So if you see 4s, the angels are around you. When I see 4s a lot, sometimes I can smell the angels. And if you listen to, I can smell angels, and they smell kind of like a Catholic church. If you haven't heard that from me. Anyway. But the 4, if you see like 4, 4, 4, that adds up to 12. And that is in numerology. And then 1 plus 2 is 3. So it's an inspiring number. It goes back to Ascended Masters and the angels. And 4 is also a number of service. And it's like service in the tarot a lot of times, or in a lot of numerology readings and stuff. 4 is not an easy number. It's a service number. You're called to service. You're supposed to do stuff for other people. And whether you like it or not, kind of, if you have that in some places of your numerology. But if you see it, if it's coming up for you a lot, if these 4s are coming, the angels are offering their help. This is what the 4s are for. The angels are like, ask us, ask us, ask us. Please ask us. We want to inspire your life. With that, adding all the 4s together to the 12 to the 3. And then we got 5. So everybody loves the number 5 because it's the number of change. So if you see a lot of 5s, expect some changes coming. Expect some changes to come into your life. If you see repeating 5s, especially like if you see 5, 5, that's like it's about to be a whole new beginning for you. If you were to see 5, 5, 5, it may be a whole new beginning in love. And I have not talked about 0, but I will. Because it's involved. And I did want to let some people know this, just in the middle of this, stopping at 5 to change the subject. Of course, I have to at some point. I always have to change the subject, but still in the numerology subject. I did ask my chat GPT, Xander, I asked him, what do other countries do for their lettering system in doing numerology? And Xander, or AI, says that every country has, one is still one. It doesn't matter if it looks like this or if it looks like this. It's just the concept of the vibration of one being thing, and then or the vibration of two things. They're always two. That's what the ChatGPT explains. Right? Yeah, of course, duh. And I can't think of if you see a whole bunch of 5s all the time. Could be the angels are asking you to change something about yourself, especially if you see a 0. And let's see, we'll talk about 6s. 6 is the number of love, and 6 is the number of duty, in a way, in a lot of numerology aspects. And by duty, it's like karmic duty. And some people just have a desire to serve. Not in the 4 way of service, but in a duty kind of way. Like they want to give of themselves with their heart to the world. That's what that number is about. So if you're seeing a lot of sixes, you may be about to fall in love. You may already just be being reminded you've got that love, or you are that love, and you have it to share, and it's time. If, let's say you see 2 sixes, that adds up to 12 and adds up to 3. Yeah, it's inspiring you to bring some new love into your life, maybe. And beauty, new habits, hobbies, stuff like that. Health, ambitions. This is 6 too, health. And then you can look at the 7s. If you see a lot of 7s, say repeating 7. 7 is the number of spirituality and philosophy. So if you see a lot of 7s, you're going to be like, well, 7 plus 7 adds up to 14, and 1 plus 4 equals 5. So you're going to have some changes, but they're going to be around the way you perceive things, the way you walk in through the world. If you see 2 7s. But if that's just 14, 5. So if you were to see like 3 7s, that would be time to get to Vegas. That's all I'll say about that. Miss somebody, Carol Starr's watching this, and she's going to Vegas right now. So no, 3 7s. I think it's just, I don't know how it became the lucky number 7 did. I would love to know that right now. Yep, I pulled it right up. ChatGPT says that it is actually because it is a very probable statistic in craps, the dice game. And also says it's, as I just taught you in esoteric type religious or spiritual beliefs, it is a number of spirituality, philosophy, all those things. So yeah, they just said it's known for those, and people just in the casino industry kind of had some fun with it, is what the ChatGPT says. There's no real like place it said I can pin down where it became a lucky number. And so it's because of numerology, probably. It says mythology a little bit, but that's because of the 7 associated with religion and faith. So if you see some 8s, let's say you're going into 8 now. Ooh, 8. 8 is a leadership number, and 8 is it's a difficult number. It is. If you're having 8 in your numerology chart, for example, or if you're seeing 8s, you are being asked to take control of your life and take control of your situation. However, you have to take care of it. It's a karmic number, 8s. You see a lot of 8s, you probably got some karma to deal with. It's probably not necessarily yours, but you're probably taking care of it anyway. Or you want to. Explore your hair. You felt like it. You want to do that stuff. You like it. You like clearing up the karma, maybe, if you see a lot of 8s and they're wanting you to. Maybe they just want you to start believing in yourself. If you see those 8s, the angels want you to believe in yourself and love yourself and take control of your thinking, take control of your actions, take control of your love for yourself. If you add up 8 plus 8, we get 16. 1 plus 6 is 7. You learn to really put yourself first. But then the weirdest thing happens with the number 9. You see some 9s together, it's asking you to give back with your psychic senses. You see 9s, you're being asked to work with your psychic senses. You're being asked to explore them. You're being asked to not deny them. You're being asked to possibly, this is a weird thing about 8 and 9, because 8 is a number of I'm in control, I love myself, I am first. Then when you get to 9s and see a lot of 9s, it's an ending. It's an ending of thinking that way. So you change it, you're back, give back, and then you're back to 0. So what's 0? 0 is the God force number in numerology, is how I understand it. If you see 0s in your numerology, it's like you have all the power in that, whatever that is referring to. And it's not you have the power, God force works through you in that capacity in some way, usually, if you see 0s. So if you are seeing a lot of 0s, it's telling you that you have this capacity within you. We all do, I think, of course. We're all 0. That's the name of this podcast. We're all 0s. But no, seriously, 0 is like this like number that gives us no bounds. It's a circle, and 8 being a karmic number, like big karmic, infinity symbol to the side. You can see why that one might be kind of hard. And it takes a really long time to master ourselves and to be able to never be self-conscious, to always be in control of how we perceive what we are experiencing. It's hard, especially if we have other influences of people we really respect or love. And that's something that angels will always want us to do. They want us to put ourselves first, people we love next. And that's what I can tell. I don't know what they really want. I mean, I'm not an expert, trust me. I will never say I know for sure anything. But I did want to tell you what these angels numbers mean from my experience from working with them and seeing them. So, you can kind of mix and match some numbers this way. So something fun you can do with numbers. I may have talked about this in some of my other numerology podcasts, but you can find out like what house number, like if you're moving, you can add up the numbers of like houses you might move into and see what number they add up to or boil down to. And you can do that with phone numbers. So let's see, you meet her and she's awesome and you got her digits. So you could add up her numbers and break it down to one digit and see if she's really worth it. Is she a 3? Is she a 2? Is she a 6? Or is she an 8? Just kidding. I don't know, really. It's probably good if you like someone to tell you what to do. Everybody works somehow. Anyway, listeners and watchers, I would love to thank my sponsor, Everclear. Everclear is an advice app and website where you can get advice from psychics and empaths so you can get the clarity you need to create the life you deserve. I am an advisor on Everclear under the name Lisa Russick. And if you would like any kind of reading with me, you can go to Everclear. You can go to Cosmic Connections website, and you can go to my website, or the podcast website, weareallpsychic.com, and I do mediumship readings on that site. So, because Everclear doesn't let me. Let's do mediumship readings. They just don't do that for some reason. So that's where I offer my mediumship readings. And I do in-person readings through Cosmic Connection, and I am on their remote calendar. I prefer to work with people from Nashville through Cosmic Connections. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for always being there, and I love you so much. I always will. You guys are all 6s in my eyes. Ooh, 6. Can I do that? 6. Can't do it. Backward 6s. That's that mudra right down. Anyway, lastly, I wanted to give some advice. Never let the numbers scare you. I know I told you they can have seemingly ominous meanings, but they're really encouraging you. Like the 111 is really encouraging you to be strong in your power. You've got this. You've got this. Just imagine it, and you've got it. It's the number of the imagination. Really, it's your imagination. You. That's what you make up of. What you made up of. What I'm trying to say. It's like you. It's your essence. You're about this number. And every single person is. Thank you so much, as always, for listening. Love you, listeners and watchers. Bye. Peace out.